anybody who's had my press conferences before knows there's never an ugly win, ever, ever. Those are the ones that you sort of cherish. But I'm surprised that we've been playing so well, and we had, I just call it gunk. We had a lot of gunk in us. We just didn't have, some things going, and we played now two games that in a row that we had played so efficiently. It probably was bound to happen. So if this was a Big Ten talented team, we wouldn't have got a W whether home or away today. So it's probably good for us that we can look at the film. I will, usually when we have a 2-day turnaround and a 25-point win, I will say, you guys cut the video, I'll watch the cuts, and then I'll move on to Iowa. I'm not moving on to Iowa until I find out what happened in that first half offensively that made us so inefficient. So we'll grow from it, and I'm just glad that Mo could just make a basket. 2.5 weeks completely off. You can see there was an effect there, and we just didn't play well. But credit Jacksonville, they're quick. They played reasonably good defense, and the one thing was constant with it was our defense was good again. Albeit they're not a great offensive team. They will be as coach coaches them up over the year, but we'll take the W. And 12-3 and with this preseason schedule, with this non-conference schedule, is about as good as we could ask for.
Coach, it seemed like Muhammad played well today. Didn't miss a shot. What did you see that he did well?
Yesterday he probably had his worst practice of the year too. I mean, we have this is the dynamic of playing so well and having a rhythm, and then hey, let's go home for 4 days and let's come back and pick it up. You just saw it today, and teams haven't always done that, and whether it's a practice or whether it's a personal makeup of the team, but Muhammad was outstanding. And he was the only one that, I'm looking at Duncan could get tired out there. Mo was going to be very limited in his efficiency, and Charles got in foul trouble at the end of the first half. We didn't end well. And then the second half we picked it up a little. But really happy for Muhammad.
Coach, you just mentioned Jacksonville, not a great offensive team. The two opponents before had some unforced turnovers, but I guess all of that being said, what is your assessment of the defense lately? I see a lot of people that are missing shots that the Big Ten will make. That's my assessment. I think my assistant coaches are saying, no, Teskey is making a difference in there, right? And that Charles and some of our other additions this year are making a difference in our defense. I'll believe it more when we're doing it every night. But we're going to keep working at this for sure. And then the turnovers.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. How many times? I want you probably can't find that stat. We go 2 times up the floor and walk twice to start a game, and they were walks. I don't think I've ever seen it in my life, and they were walks. We just started off, and that was our first thing. Just let's get a flow before anybody does anything, and all of a sudden Charles is trying to do something, and Mo tries to do something, and we get 0 points. I think what they learned today is not as much fun when you don't play efficiently, you don't score points. But 10 turnovers, my goodness, in the first half, right? 10 empty opportunities, yes.
With the non-conference slate completed, where have you seen the most significant growth from your team from first game to now? I
thought I was seeing it in our bench. We didn't have good bench play today as well. In the first half, it was not good. So I haven't. Right now, it's where it was before. That John was making good steps. Didn't think he played great today. I don't know where we are after that. It was a bad question to ask me right now because I didn't see any growth today.
James?
Obviously, Mo's health is the most important, but I mean, just how vital is it for him to kind of get back into a flow in a game like this as opposed to on the road at Iowa?
Yeah, we've been practicing for 2 days. Yeah, I think he's 1 for 20 in 2 days of practice. I mean, he just was like how you would feel, right? And plus, throw it. By the way, take a round trip to Germany back and forth over those times. So I think that it was just important. I didn't expect him to play that well, but when I saw him, he finally made a layup. And then he hit a 3, and I said, let's get him out of here. He's got done what he got to see the ball going in a little bit. So it was important before, if he plays that way against Iowa, that we have no chance. So it was good to get that out of him, and hopefully we'll improve from it.
And was his playing time just, I guess, based on how he felt, or how he just
in a big man's position, and basically he had 2.5. We did a lot of things with him. He was in the pool. He was on these zero gravity treadmills. He was doing everything to get his heart rate up, but there's nothing like playing.
So it was going to be like 3 or 4 minutes in, and I just wanted to see him have some success. Even if I had to put him in for a minute or two longer, just have any success, because he was really frustrated in practice the last couple of days, expecting to be more. I mean, he left off hitting 2 threes against Texas that basically won us the game, and then all of a sudden here he is, you know, and can't do anything against our scout team. So he was frustrated.
Mike?
Yeah, going back to Muhammad, it seems like at times he can get to the hoop whenever he wants.
Yeah.
He can finish around the hoop. Is there ever a call from you for him to be more aggressive more often in games?
We're realizing there's some things we can structure in our offense to get him in more downhill situations, and we're trying to do it daily, trying to find other ways. You know, that you have a two-guard we've had a two-guard like Stu Douglas, we've had Tim Hardaway, we've had those different two guards, and Muhammad's been a two-guard now for 4 straight years. And we've had Karis LeVert's another one. They have a different package, and as we went through this thing, we didn't, I don't think we adjusted our package the way we need to. And we're trying to do that every day without, and we're trying to get Jordan over there as well. So it's a work in progress. But he's going to have, I want him to take more shots, but we have to. That's my job to give him more opportunities.
Andrew?
I know you've coached a lot of great players. Is Charles' ability to sort of get to the rim, even from the three-point line, I guess unique?
He can slip and slide his way in there sometimes, and that's really good. He's just trying to figure out right now what's his best way to get there and still find him. People will load up against him, and he's going to see. You got to see that when it's packed in there, he's got to find somebody else. But he's got an extraordinary quickness in his jump. And his vertical jump is high. His arms are really long, but he's got extraordinary spring. And so the one dunk he had, so you got to lay that in, and all of a sudden he exploded to the rim. So he's got a chance there, and I think every team's got a few players like that. We got one of them, and the other guys will try and get there.